Alright guys, this is my 2014 Raptor here. I got about 80,000 miles on it. I bought it about 40,000, so I put about 40,000 on myself as well. I'll show you guys this bed cap here. So this is an ARE Overland bed cap. Now I know everyone's gonna say, oh, those are super expensive. I know, I was looking on Craigslist for a cheaper one, but you know, they were all beat up and I couldn't find one that was color matched to the truck. And it's actually a little bit harder to find ones for the 5.5 foot box because there's not a whole lot of F-150s that come with it. So I just decided to go ahead and order a brand new one. It came out to about 2,500 bucks, but it's got all the really nice features. You can see right here, it's got like a nice textured grip on it, just protects it a little bit more. But it fits flawlessly on the truck. I'll go ahead and open this up for you. It's super slippery out here. Just got a big snowstorm. So we're here in the bed of the truck. I'll go through the specs on this cap, just so you guys can get an idea of, you know, what I like and what really works nicely. So this opens up here, which is cool because you can pass stuff through my window here. But then this also folds down. And you might wonder why you would need that to fold down, and it's mostly just for cleaning. So I clean it every so often. It's a real pain when you're looking through the sliding glass door in the back, and it's all filled with salt here in the winter, or you know, you live out west and it's all dusty or it gets muddy or whatever. So that's what makes it very easy to clean. So for the side windows, I got the screen, which is awesome. I usually leave it open when I'm sleeping just to get some airflow, get some fresh air. And these also pop open, but it opens from the outside. There's locks on each side, but that's very convenient. One of the other options that I got on here was the dual rope LEDs that are on each side, as well as the dome light, which also has a prop switch. So you can adjust whatever you want here. If you want it off, on all the time, or on just when the top is closed. As you can see here, it shuts off, turns on, which is super convenient. Definitely recommend that feature there. And then the last couple little upgrades I got here is a hanger. I usually hang my hats up on there when I'm camping, or my watch, whatever. And then a power strip, which I really haven't used a whole lot, but it's nice to have just in case. One really nice thing about the inside of this interior here is it's all Velcro. So you can get hooks or any other sort of attachment that would fit on the Velcro, and you can just do whatever. You can see I actually made some curtains, so I just ordered some blackout shades, and then I cut them to fit, and then sewed the edges. What you can actually do is I can roll it up, and then I have Velcro on it, so it'll stick up when it's rolled all the way up like that. I just took this other side down just to show you guys. I got a bunch of patches from all the national parks and some of the monuments that I went to, plus Moab, because that was just awesome. One option that I decided to go for on here was to get this tapped and put some rails in here in case I want to put a rack or something on top. I haven't decided what exactly I want to do with that yet, but it's much easier to get it done from the factory than to have somebody do it aftermarket. So I just got that, and then I'll keep you guys updated on what I decide to get for that, just to add some more storage. So next up, I'll show you guys how I outfitted the truck. I did a ton of research because I was going on about a month-long road trip right after I graduated from college. That was back in May, so I did it like the end of May to the end of June. And I found this setup would work best for me, having the whole floor elevated. That way you can have a bunch of storage on each side that I have separated into different categories. So on the left side here, I just made this drawer, And this can carry pretty much everything you need here. I have a lot of my kitchen supplies. So I got a stove here that you can see. The gas one is really nice. Works off of butane or propane. Just a couple of seasonings. Favorite John Wayne mug. Pretty awesome. Just some other snacks, some beans, you know, that don't go bad. Some lanterns. Bunch of Mountain House meals, which are always the best. Some fire starting stuff, some lights. Always got my snorkel in there, very important. And then just paper towels and anything else you need for the kitchen. On this side, I always keep my backpack in here, ready to go for like a day hike. So a little bit of food. I brought my binoculars, put them in here. A little extra set of clothes, things of that nature. Got my 6-gallon water jug, which is frozen at the moment. But this is super nice. Clean out all your dishes, wash your hands when you're out camping or overlanding, anything like that. And that lasts really long. I mean, we could go, I was with one of my buddies, we could probably go 3 days before we had to refill that again. So you have plenty of time there. Then I just have my camp chair when I'm by myself, or I'll throw a couple more in there if I'm bringing friends or family. And then a camp table. All right, so 2 things that I noticed before I outfitted the whole inside, just from doing a little bit of off-roading and going on gravel roads, is there's a lot of dust that gets kicked up into the bed of the truck when you're driving. So I took 2 measures to prevent a lot of that. You can see here, I have duct tape on a weather strip for a garage door. It's just a piece of foam that I got from Home Depot. And I've had this actual piece on here for 4 months, and it's held up pretty well. And that keeps a lot, I mean, you can still see some gets in, but it keeps a lot of it out. It really weather seals that. And then the other thing I did is, can't see it now because it's all the way in the back of the truck. But on the bottom of the floor, there was a little bit of cracks. So I filled it in with black silicone just to weatherproof up in the front a little bit more. And that keeps it pretty sealed up. So now I'll just show you guys how I built the setup here. All it was 3 2x6s that I used that go right in these little slots. You know, every pickup truck has them. And then I used a 2x4 on each side to screw up into there to hold those stable together. Same exact thing on the other side. And then just a piece of plywood on top that I cut in halves. Got some like outdoor carpet that was super cheap and just stapled it on the underside. And then same thing here, just the same piece of plywood as a little divider. And then I used the plywood to build the whole drawer. It's not perfect, I'm no expert, but it gets the job done. And then I just stained everything, so it looks a little bit nicer. So I think it came out pretty well. So I've done about 50 nights probably in the back of the truck here since May. So about a month of that was on my road trip, and then I've done a couple of extra little trips. I went up to Maine in October, and just some other camping trips here and there. The whole thing works really well, and I would definitely suggest getting a cap. I know some people use those tents that go over the bed of the truck, but I found this to be more versatile, because when I'm not using it for camping, I still have a lot of interior storage that's all closed up away from the elements. So I use it a lot for normal use, but also for overlanding and camping. So this is definitely a good option. You can definitely find a cheaper cap than this, but I just wanted to get a nice one. I was treating myself a little bit. I knew I was going to be sleeping in it quite a bit, so I just wanted to get one that I felt cozy and at home. I love the carpet on the top with the Velcro. I'm going to keep continuing putting patches all the way around, so it's super cool. And so really you could put any sort of bed back here. I actually wanted to go with something super comfortable, again, since I was spending so much time in it. So I found this queen size trifold mattress from Amazon that's 4 inches of padding and then 2 inches of memory foam on top. And the whole thing, it would be 6 inches, and it brings it right below where this cap would be, which makes this really nice because this is like a nightstand almost. I put my flashlight, my multi-tool, my phone, everything right up on there, and then if you have to wake up in the middle of the night, you're good. But it's a really nice handy space there. And I'll throw a picture in right here with the bed and everything in, with my blankets and pillows. So one of the only issues that I found was being on the inside and that you can't lock it. There's no mechanism that I'm aware of that makes it able to lock from the inside. So I did a little improvising. Now all you gotta do is throw your wrench on there. That's it. It's not bulletproof, but if somebody comes up and tries to open it from the outside, you know, it seems locked. And I'll throw one of those on each side. Then you're good to go. So when this Velcro, it's a little jacked up right now, I gotta fix it. But when these curtains are down, and I have one for the big glass here too, it's just over there to the side, I gotta put it back up. The entire interior is blacked out, which is awesome. You can sleep into whatever time you want. Makes it extremely nice. And as far as the back, you'll see in the picture, the bed is actually too long for the bed of my truck. So it flips up against that other side, and that way there's no light coming through that window either. And the only other upgrade that I've done for an overlanding purpose was adding these Baja Designs lights. 2 Squadron Pros on that side, 2 on that side, and a 40-inch light bar that sits right behind. So I use this a ton out west. You know, you're out in the desert at night driving or whatever, you know, through the mountains. So I'll flip all those lights on. Makes it way easier to see and navigate through there. But you can check out my other video on how that looks at night, but those work phenomenally well. So overall, I mean, I would rate this bed cap. I think it's one of the best for overlanding, especially since it has those vents in the side windows there that you can open up while you're sleeping. Or if you throw your dog back there, you know, they want to get some fresh air, whatever it may be. Really, I would rate it probably a 9 out of 10. And it's not a 10 out of 10 just because it's on the expensive side of bed caps. But if you want something that's very nice on the inside and, you know, you want to treat yourself like I did, then it's definitely a great purchase. The whole truck did really well on everything that I've done. The road trip, off-roading, it does everything pretty well. So I definitely recommend a setup like this. You don't have to go crazy and do all sorts of nutty stuff to your truck, but that bed cap works great for sleeping in.